It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hello and welcome, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. We're glad to have you with us on 2K Sports. Tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Heat in Miami. For Miami, they're ahead of where they were last season at this time. Always nice to see that progress in a positive direction. And Joel Embiid missed all of last season with an injury. Now that he's getting some action on the floor, Kenny, how do you see him developing?
Well, he's very fluid. You know, he's got great movement, gets up and down the floor for his size. You know, he's got really good footwork for a guy who's been sitting out that long. He's a legitimate 7-footer, Shaq, and, you know, those are rare and hard to find.
You know, I like his game because he can face up, play with his back to the basket, and he's equally comfortable scoring in either position. I like that about his game.
How's his feet work?
Feet work is perpetuous excellence at its finest.
How's his footwork?
I don't know what that means.
Okay.
That about does it. Kevin Harlan standing by. Kevin, take it away.
Can you play off one foot?
Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. We are in Miami, Florida, the American Airlines Arena, home of the Heat. And of course, Gerald Green, he's a guy that will be sorely missed.
Kevin, I thought he was really an important player for them, undervalued and not given the credit he deserved. That's not to say the trade was a mistake, but I think they'll miss him more than you might expect.
You know, chemistry-wise, I agree with you, Clark, because he was a glue guy. You know, he's a guy that kind of held things together for them in a few areas, and so not having him around might take some getting used to.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Okafor out there with Nerlens Noel. Then it's Jared Bayless, then it's Henderson, and it's Stauskas in at the 2-guard.
And one thing we know about Justice Winslow, he is great on the big stage. He was amazing in the tournament for Duke a season ago. Got better and better as he helped his school capture the national championship. Just a great job of attacking on the break.
Yeah, you know, exploding to the basket like that, Greg, just as soon as that ball was going the other way, that's exactly how you want to do it.
The Heat shooting their first free throw of the night.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
You know, I know that's an aspect they've been trying to address as a team. I mean, they've got to get those free throw numbers up and improve.
Here is Bayless. He feeds it to Okafor. Dishes it to Stauskas. And stolen by Richardson. Dragic against Okafor. Right side Bosh. Dragic with a wide open look. Off the iron that time.
I didn't see that miss coming. I mean, he's usually been money from that range.
Stolen by Winslow. Dragic against Henderson. Bosh, no one around him. They get the rebound. Winslow's shot is off. Now Bayless. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. He kicks it to Noel to the left wing. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. And with Gerald Henderson Jr., what you see is what you get. A solid player, good athleticism, but he doesn't really specialize, Clark, in any one thing.
Well said, Kevin. Right on the mark with that. He came into the league as a jack-of-all-trades kind of guy. Skills were somewhat unrefined. And that's sort of where he is today. He is who he is.
And going back to Henderson, he has the raw tools and intelligence to be a good scorer, but limited range and ball handling skills have put a cap on his development. Plus, he kind of lacks a go-to scorer's mentality.
Both free throws good from Henderson.
And, of course, Gerald Henderson Jr.'s dad was a solid NBA player in his own right. Never made an all-star team, but was a three-time NBA champion. And ultimately, that's what counts.
Miami no good on that time either.
That's an unusual, surprising miss for him. Typically, he's good on those inside.
Good ball movement here by the Heat. Dragic kicks to Bosch. Whiteside, good. Whiteside's got his first 2 points of the night.
And he's starting to get what he wants here early and often. Nice move.
And Philadelphia has possession. Trailing by 2, defeated by the Hornets in their last game. They'll try to put that one behind them.
Just looking at the stat sheet, they gave far too many free throws away in that game. Maybe it was the noise in the building or something, but they really looked rapid.
Well, Greg, I don't know if it was the biggest reason for that loss, but all of those misses from the stripe clearly had an impact on that game.
The 76ers have gone 2 for 2 in the game at the line.
And the season numbers for them at the line thus far are really poor. Something I'm sure they are making a point of emphasis.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
Both free throws good from Henderson. A lot's been made of the Heat fans in the past for walking out during the finals game where they looked to be out of it. But credit, the Miami Heat fans, Greg, with last year sticking with this team.
Yeah, and in all fairness, I would have walked out as well because I thought it was over. But with LeBron out of town, a lot of Heat fans could have jumped off the bandwagon. But you know what? They stayed with it. So although the weather is fair, the fans are not.
Well said. Here is Bayless after the made shot from Goran Dragic. Okafor. Shot is no good. Good work defensively by Whiteside. The Heat with the lead. Winslow, the pass to Dragic. Winslow kicks to Dragic. Here's Bosch, and that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist.
And, for the Heat, despite the struggles, they still sold out every game here last season. They were among the top teams in the league in total attendance.
And Noel throws it down.
Tell you what, he's not an easy guy to stop when he's got his sight on the rim.
Never has been, never will be. He is a determined finisher.
Did he just go chop there with that one hand tomahawk slam? And really, they showed up in force, even as the Heat fell to the back of the pack. The Heat only 20-21 last year at American Airlines Arena, but the fans love them all the same.
Here is Bayless. Justice Winslow picking up that last bucket. An easy 2 points on the layup. Bayless has got his second basket of the game.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Dragic with it. 14 points from him the last game against Sacramento.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
The feed to Henderson from past the arc, and he gets it to go. Henderson's got 7 points.
Yeah, perfect release that time. I mean, I thought it might get blocked, but no.
Yeah, he was giving up a lot of size in that particular matchup, but showed the excellent ability to get off that shot despite the disadvantage in size.
No good from Dragic.
And fancy finishes like that look great, but man, it's embarrassing when you blow them.
Here's Stauskas. It's hauled in by Richardson.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Outside Dragic. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%. The 76ers trail. Here is Bayless. Okafor up top. There's a screen by Noel. They set the pick. Okafor kicks to Noel. Henderson dishes to Bayless. Just 4 to shoot. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. Bayless has got 6.
And another lead change here. How many of these are we going to have tonight?
I'm not quite sure, but I'm willing to bet it'll be more than a few.
And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year, and it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
Free throw, good, Whiteside.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable, and for the most part, he was after those incidents.
That one is no good.
And you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. Second in the league in blocked shots last season. Also posted the second best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
And again, it's Philadelphia.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync. Tremendous communication and awareness.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to Sacramento.
Yeah, it's just hard to make up when you have an inability to make free throws consistently, and that's why they ended up losing.
Yes, sir. I think some doubt started to creep in when they kept missing those foul shots. I mean, you could see them start to shy away from wanting to even go to the line.
Josh McRoberts is checked in for Whiteside. Miami trailing. Johnson outside. Stoudemire, the screen. Ellington, the pass to Stoudemire. Low block shot. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And already they've staked out a noticeable advantage in terms of aggression and controlling the backboard.
And the trend they'd love to continue right through the next 3 quarters as well, Greg.
Wow, what a pass there. He made that a very easy basket with that setup.
Stoudemire setting the pick for Johnson. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
And no excuse there for missing that one after being freed up by a great pick.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, they came away empty, but they got the look they wanted, and really, I like the movement and communication now.
Now here's Henderson. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Hornets in Charlotte. Here's Ellington. That's good.
Yeah, that's a difficult shot in the face of a defender that towers over him.
You know, guys sometimes love proving people wrong. You know that from guys you've played with. And, Greg, this mismatch gives him an opportunity to quiet the haters and naysayers.
Okay. Offensive rebound, and the shot is good.
The tenacity on the interior, just battling, bringing that effort and will for second chance points.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Kevin, thank you. I caught up with Eric Spoelstra. With this being their first meeting of the year, he stressed to his team to rely on their our instincts on the offensive end, saying we do a good job of finding soft spots in defenses and not forcing anything. As long as we can continue doing that here, we'll be in good shape. We'll see if that holds true, guys.
Thank you, Doris. Do you guys think their shooting will play as important a role as the coach made it sound?
It usually does. And for them to have that success shooting the basketball, I think it's going to be all about creating those high-quality chances.
Which means they need constant movement off the ball and crisp passing. I mean, that's the way you get good looks.
Here's Johnson. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. 6 on the shot clock. Good ball movement here by Miami. Williams for 3. Here's Stoudemire. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here. We get a moment now to view the league's stingiest defenses. The Heat third.
This is a team that takes pride on the defensive side of the floor. I mean, they play hard and they play together. They are a tough group to score on.
The first one falls. Amari Stoudemire, with a change of scenery last season, was bought out by the Knicks, signed with the Mavs midway through the season.
That was the best thing to happen to Stoudemire, in my opinion, Kevin. He got to play playoff basketball again, and we know that wasn't going to happen in New York.
And the 76ers making a change here. Grant's checked in. And both free throws good for Stoudemire.
And for Stoudemire last year, served as a backup big for the Mavs and was still as efficient as ever.
And Philadelphia has possession. To the right side. Here's Grant. The shot no good. And Miami the other way now.
I don't think Stoudemire will ever be what he once was, but he is a valuable big to bring off the bench for a contending team in limited minutes. He always knows where his teammate's going to be, and Kevin, that will let him put the ball where he wants it, right waiting for him.
Here's Grant, following the basket by Derek Williams.
It's almost as if both teams are in a zone.
Well, offensively at least, partner. I mean, neither team's done jack diddly on D. Well, guys, once again, the 76ers finished second to last in the East. Amazingly managed to win fewer games against the East than they did the year before, which was 14 wins in 2014.
Timeout called, the Heat. One thing, Greg, about Philadelphia, you talked about this. Only 12 wins for them last year against the East.
And Kevin, how about not getting a win against their own conference until December? I mean, as bad as the Sixers were last year, though, they weren't the worst. So sometimes, even for me, I still can't fathom that's the case.
Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Johnson attacking. Pass to Ellington. Launches a 3. That one's rebounded by Embiid.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Grant, that's good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Now here's Johnson. Still getting warmed up offensively. No buckets yet in the game for him. To the paint. Here's Williams. Pops loose off the pick and hammers it home.
And did you see the screen that was set for him? I mean, that was how he got to the hoop.
It was the classic screenplay. It won't show up in the box score, but that screen deserves an assist.
Absolutely, Kevin. I mean, that took the defender right out of the play.
Philadelphia with the ball. The Heat getting the bucket. Here's Landry. Williams comes with a double team. Landry no good.
And barely anyone in the area, and still he whiffs on the bunny.
1:14 left to play here in the first. Ellington from outside. It's hauled in by the 76ers. And this is their first time matched up with this year's Heat team.
Yeah, and they lost the season series to this squad last time around. Maybe a little extra motivation tonight to show they've improved.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. Two teams in the bottom half of the conference as far as respect goes. They're both scratching and clawing to try to get a little more of that respect.
And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for Philadelphia?
And so far, these guys have done a fantastic job finding the opening man and getting some easy baskets.
Something else they've done a good job of tonight, you know, right from the start, is penetrating and scoring.
He's off on the first. Well, Greg, after a run of 10 playoff trips in 11 years, the Miami Heat missing the postseason last year, they'd end up a game back of the 8th spot.
Yeah, and what's hard for the Heat, Kevin, is that they were in the playoff picture for most of the year, and as the season wore on, they slowly fell out of that top 8.
Good on the second free throw.
You know, guys, for the greater part of last season, it appeared as though the Heat were playoff bound. Even with the players they lost, most figured they would be playing postseason basketball.
Now here's Johnson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And McRoberts kicks to Stoudemire. Ellington from outside. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
And one reason why the Heat did come up short in their playoff aspirations, they were very poor against other teams in the playoffs. They only went 15-31 against teams that had made it into the postseason last year.
And the jam by Stoudemire. Guys back and forth this first half.
Well, 5 lead changes early on, guys, as we grapple back and forth.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
He's guarded by Johnson. Stoudemire with the defensive effort.
I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Shots good by Williams.
Wow, the floor just really opened up for him on that possession.
Yeah, I mean, I'm all for good offense, but that was just a terrible reaction from the defense.
Henderson.
Oh, he hits it!
How about that shot?
Big time! Big time!
Incredible!
Wow, what a miracle heave to finish off the quarter. How'd he get that one to go?
I don't know, but I think that's a 2% shot. He'd make 2 out of 100 of those if you gave it to him.
And a chance to hear from former number 2 overall pick Derek Williams about his focus offensively.
Just getting to the basket more, being able to finish with the defender in front of me. I think getting to the line a lot more as well. I think, getting to the line and finishing at the basket.
2 huge improvements for him. Greg, can he do more?
Definitely. He's already taken a big leap forward, and there's plenty more room for him to grow. He could become a real beast in this league.
And so far, it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Heat?
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
And a chance here presented by Gatorade to see who's on the floor. All fueled up and ready to go for the start of the second quarter. On the floor for Miami, the big men are Bosch and Whiteside. Richardson is out there with Dragic, and it's Winslow in at the 3 spot. Ring shot on the way. Will not go. This is off the front iron. 76ers trailing. Now Bayless. Pass to Noel. Stauskas dishes to Covington. On right side, sends it back. And we're about a minute into the second quarter of play. Outside, Dragic kicks it to Winslow. Shoots a 3. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Okafor's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. the dish to Covington. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. And the pass to Okafor. Just 5 on the clock. Bayless, the pass to Okafor. Not enough on that one as it misses.
Boy, last season, Hassan Whiteside made a huge splash in the NBA. Big blocks, big rebound totals, but he had some head-scratching moments as well. Missed his share of action due to suspension.
Here's Stauskas. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Hornets in Charlotte. They get it again. Goes up again. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. Last season, the first season of action for Nerlens Noel, officially a rookie after sitting out the 2014 season. He looked good, and he got better as the season was going on.
A great point. I think that year off really helped him grow as a player. Coming into the draft when he came out, he was a guy who I thought had one of the most unbelievable motors I had ever seen. And you know what? Everything he was hyped up to be, he lived up to on the defensive end.
So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses.
And for Noel, I really think he took off in the back half of the season. Up the scoring, his shooting percentage, and his rebounding. You can see him getting better almost every game.
Here's Stauskas. He's just scored his first basket with that shot, making him 1 for 4.
And buckets like that have been hard to come by. Not the most exciting game. Both sides look way off in terms of their shooting.
And, Greg, you know how it is. Sometimes it only takes 1 or 2 baskets to get things going. Maybe we're getting ready to pump a little life into this one.
There's the bucket. Good.
And by the end of the season last year, Noel was completely different as a player. Always a defensive force in the league. His development is probably going faster than many expected.
Feeds it to Okafor. Can't hit. Some solid defense from Bosch.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. Here in the second quarter, about 3 minutes played. And the shot is good. Richardson's got his second bucket of the night.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
Here is Bayless. 6 points for him. From 12 feet out. There's Noel. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And he's just going all out to get the second chance points. Just a terrific finish.
There was no one that was going to prevent MGA from converting that one.
Well, clearly this is the kind of game that could come down to 1 or 2 plays, and he wants to be the guy to make those plays.
Here's Richardson after the Sixers pick up 2. Passes it to Winslow. Whiteside sets the pick for Winslow. Not really his range, and it's off target.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might well tell the story in this one.
And that should tilt things their way, no doubt. They've been winning on the back.
Here's Covington. 11 points for him in that last game against the Hornets in Charlotte. Miami's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. Bosch, the screen to the inside. And that's good. And it's Dragic with the assist. Dragic has got 3 assists now in this one. And so here is Philadelphia. They've only given up 6 here in this quarter. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. And that will be game 3 of 6 played away from home. And Noel kicks to Stauskas. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Outside Bosch. Now here's Richardson. D right on him. Back to Bosch from 12 feet out. Goes back up, and it's laid in by Whiteside. Whiteside's got the game tied up here for Miami.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with the way they work down low.
It's becoming a theme in this game, Clark. They are piling up the points in the paint.
Here is Bayless. 6 points for him. He dishes it to Stauskas. And the defense really pressing up on him. Made that a tough shot. The Heat shooting 31% in the second. Some poor shot selection for them in this quarter. The 76ers didn't lie to themselves about last season, Greg. They knew they weren't going to be in the playoffs. They spent a lot of time last season developing their young players.
Yeah, exactly. And listen, the third straight year the Sixers would miss the playoffs. But as you said, Kevin, they knew what the season had in store. The key was could they keep those young guys focused on growth and experience and not get caught up in the fact that they struggled to win games.
For the finish, and slam dunk by Noel.
Great anticipation and awareness to come up with the steal and trigger the fast break.
And now just a one-possession game thanks to that quick hitter. Outstanding play in the open court.
And the Heat call time here.
And it's clear for the Sixers, the plan has been to continue to add good young players. Eventually, I think they'll be a force in the East. There's no guarantee, but they've got a plan and they're sticking to it.
A lot of teams that win a title often have a former #1 pick leading the way, or at least a top 3 NBA draft pick as their leader. So the 76ers are trying a shotgun approach to that, trying to get as many top 3 picks as they can, hoping one turns into the next superstar.
And a new group getting ready for Miami. Josh McRoberts is checked in for Whiteside. Williams comes in for Winslow. Wayne Ellington's checked in for Richardson. And it's Johnson in for Goran Dragic. So it's Miami now. Some nice ball movement here by the Heat. The drive by Bosch, and he drops in the layup off the glass. Bosch has got 9.
And started hot, and he's only gotten harder.
Williams against Grant. It's deflected. The shot is off. And it's Miami the other way. And here is Johnson. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Dishes it to Bosch. He feeds it to McRoberts. Here's the floater. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
Miami shooting their 6th and 7th free throws in the game. And that one falls for Ellington.
And the Miami Heat have finished in the top 2 spots or better in each of the years the big 3 were in town. Last season that changed as they would end up 10th in that Eastern Conference.
Amari Stoudemire is checked in for Chris Bosh. He doesn't get the second one. And for the Heat, once the bullies of the Eastern Conference, they had a lot of trouble keeping up with other Eastern Conference teams.
Kevin, they finished 25-27 against the rest of the conference, played under 500 against the East at home, which really negated their chances for the playoffs.
The 76ers might have dodged having the worst record in the league last season, but they didn't dodge having the worst road record last year, Clark.
They could not dodge that one, Kevin. Just 6 wins on the road, but that was pretty much expected considering the youth and inexperience of this team.
And he misses the second one as well, so he is 0 for 2 that time.
And for the 76ers, they weren't a good shooting team in general. And on the road, it got real ugly. They shot under 40% as a team on the year away from home.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession. Philadelphia on D. 4-point game. Stoudemire wide open. And again, it's the Heat missing.
For the Sixers, just a brutal start to last season. 17 straight losses. They did get their first 4 wins of the season as a road team, though. As bad as they were on the road, at least they had that going for them.
Miami leading by 4. Johnson kicks to Stoudemire. The shot's good on the assist by Johnson. Johnson's got 4 assists now tonight.
Very high quality shot. Can't get enough of those.
The feed to Landry. There's a good screen. And here are the Heat now. Miami's gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Johnson outside. He kicks to Williams. That's good. Williams has got 8 points.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's key to this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
And Philadelphia has possession. Trailing here by 8. No one near Landry as he lets it go. Hits from the high post. Landry's got his 3rd basket of the night right there. Here's Miami now. They're on a 14-6 run. Johnson dishes to Williams. Stoudemire the pass to Ellington. Johnson kicks to Stoudemire. Outside Williams. Shot clock at 5. Stoudemire outside. Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. Taking a look at Miami, right there in 5th position, middle of the pack in the conference. And, of course, Philadelphia. They find themselves in the dregs of the conference.
And I think for the 76ers, it's been a disastrous start to the season for them. They can't buy a win.
Yeah, and you know what? For a team that's desperately trying to get things turned around, this kind of start makes the job almost impossible.
And Philadelphia decides to take their first timeout right here. Well, you look back at the 2015 Heat, and the injuries are what probably brought that team down. We can go from Chris Bosh with the debilitating blood clot on his lung and on and on and on. The loss, of course, which was not an injury of LeBron James. There are a lot of moving parts with that team.
And that's a great point, Kevin. If you take any star off of teams, things are going to get difficult. It was impressive that the Heat still managed to stay competitive once Bosh went out.
The 76ers trail by 6.
You know, Bosh was the big injury hit for the Heat, but they had a lot of other injuries as well. I mean, had to use 31 different starting lineups last season, and 20 different players started at least one game.
And the jam by Carl Landry.
Went for the two-hander on that slam. That's where the weight room comes into play, Kevin.
I think some urgency from him there.
I think he's sensing that this is a critical time in the game, fellas.
Miami with the ball. Philadelphia getting their last shot to go. Stoudemire outside. They set the pick. Pass to Johnson. Kicks to McRoberts. Heat moving the ball around. Here's Stoudemire. And Embiid pulls it down. Embiid's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And injuries are something that you can't plan for, but you can prepare for them. And hopefully the Heat can avoid injury woes this season. If they can, they at least have players who have been through that struggle last year. And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
Here's Grant, and he says, right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
Now that's the way it's done. Take it up high and throw it down with everything you got.
That's right. Clark, he was not going to take the soft approach on that drop.
I would certainly hope not. I mean, you get that kind of opportunity with little resistance from the defense, you got to take it.
A minute 20 left to play here in the second quarter. He's guarded by Johnson. And Embiid the screen. Grant outside. 6 to shoot. In the corner, Henderson with it. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. And a chance here now to take a look at the teams that are tops in the league in scoring points off turnovers. The Heat third.
They're so aware defensively. I mean, an opportunistic group in terms of forcing miscues and getting out in transition. And boy, do they do a great job of taking advantage.
Johnson dishes to Williams. There's 47 seconds left here in the second. Pass to McRoberts. Feeds to Johnson. High post, Stoudemire. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for it. And it's a 6-point Miami lead. Philadelphia has gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. There's 25 seconds left in the second quarter. Three-pointer. Rebound by the Heat. And Carl Landry picks up the foul. That's his first foul. The Heat leading by 6.
And they can guarantee this is the last possession of the quarter if they hold it.
And I'm guessing that's exactly what they're probably going to do here.
Dragic the pass to Stoudemire. The rebound by Grant. Here's Henderson. And he hits the buzzer beater.
And that's a big bonus for him to end the quarter as he just beats the buzzer.
That's superb clock management there, maximizing every second of the clock in that situation. Well done.
And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Heat out front, up 4. And time now to go courtside as we send you over to Doris Burke from the sideline. Doris?
Kevin, I'm here with Coach Eric Spoelstra. And Eric, you guys have seemed in complete command out here tonight. What's been the key so far?
Well, I think we've been able to get to our pace. We've been active defensively. So we just have to maintain our focus and keep trying to be in attack mode, both ends of the court.
Eric, thank you so much. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, Doris. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of quarter number 3.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everybody, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Hope you've been enjoying the excitement so far. Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal. Amari Stoudemire taking care of business in this one. He had 12 points, 4 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, let's start with you. What'd you think about the Heat?
Well, quite simply, their bench showed up tonight. And when I say showed up, I'm talking about on the offensive end because they were scoring in bunches. Now, you want your reserves to just at least come in and hold the fort, but they did way more than that tonight.
And over to Shaq. What did you think about Philadelphia?
Well, their defense was really inconsistent. They get a stop, then turn around and give up an easy bucket. That's why they allowed over 50% shooting. Their defense needs to be a lot more focused in the second half.
And that's it for halftime as the second half is just about to get underway. See you after the game.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. Amari Stoudemire having a dominant impact in this game.
I know we've said this many times before, but what a great first half. Just an offensive juggernaut.
And, you know, in the end, I wouldn't be surprised if we're talking about what a great second half he had, guys. I mean, he can usually keep it going for all 4 quarters.
And guys, the Spurs coaching tree extends pretty far these days. Coach Brett Brown, another former member of the Spurs staff, to be leading an NBA team.
Kicking off the second half, here's Brett Brown's foul. Jared Bayless is out there with Stauskas. Then it's Henderson. Then there's Okafor. And it's Noel in at the 5, roaming the paint. Here is Bayless. Hassan Whiteside made his last basket. Here's Okafor. Bosch with some nice D. Well, Greg, for Brett Brown and the Spurs connection, he was an assistant in San Antonio for 7 years, was really indoctrinated in how the Spurs conducted business, Clark, before coming to the 76ers.
Yeah, he's got an interesting accent, too, a mix of Boston Australian from where he grew up and where he spent a lot of time, but no doubting his passion and his coaching ability. He's good in both.
He was actually a head coach for Australia for a while in the national club.
And that's a punch to the jaw. This game as tight as it can be, and he pulls something off that we might not even see in the All-Star game, Kevin.
But, Clark, I don't know that he planned it out too far in advance. That was one of those things that just happened.
I think it was premeditated.
I really don't. I think that he's one of those guys that just plays off of instinct, and they don't mind him making those kinds of plays, even in a close game.
That was a nice replay brought to you by Kia. And Noel kicks to Stauskas. Now here's Henderson. He's tightly guarded. Can't get it to go. The baseline J. Here's Bosch. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Bayless dishes to Okafor. There's a screen by Noel. Okafor up top. He's covered by Bosch. Henderson, no good.
1 for 4 from the field since halftime. They're having a tough time getting it going here.
Winslow.
And guys, this 76ers team still trying to forge an identity. One thing that is sure, they will attack the basket, and a lot of fearless players on this roster.
First one falls for him. And Philadelphia making a change here. Covington's checked in. He hits both from the stripe. The 76ers trail by 10. Clark, they've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a little bit of cottonmouth here. Dry spell for sure.
Noel with it. He's picked up by Whiteside. Now here's Okafor. Defense right on him. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there. It goes on Justice Winslow. The 76ers have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8. He's off on the first.
Well, I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
And he sinks the second. Greg, as you said, Spoelstra has been with the Heat for so long now in his 8th season. He was handpicked by Pat Riley to lead the team, and Riley, Clark kind of molded him in his image.
And it was clear that Pat Riley believes in him and continues to believe in him. Coach Spoelstra has had very high expectations on his shoulders ever since taking over the team, and he's actually lived up to them.
And the 76ers call time here.
You know, he just, like every other coach, can't stand when the defense gives up points on the inside. And boy, are they struggling in there.
Yeah, well, they're getting pummeled in there. So you've got to figure out a way to make some adjustments to try to change that around. And that's why he needed the timeout.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Bayless the pass to Stauskas. The dish now to Okafor. Inside, here's Noel, and it's blocked by Whiteside. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Out of bounds, Philadelphia takes possession.
And while we got a chance, let's look at some numbers for Dragic. 10th in assists, and he's in the top 20 in steals, bringing that focus and intensity at both ends.
And, you know, his floor awareness, undeniable. You know, as you pointed out, he's great at drawing the defense and then making the perfect pass in stride.
And Bayless kicks to Okafor. Here is Bayless. He's guarded by Dragic. Bayless dishes to Okafor. 5 to shoot. Shoots from the baseline. Bayless's shot is off.
Defense better not make a habit of giving him that shot. I mean, he doesn't miss many of them.
Dragic kicks to Whiteside. Here's Richardson. Okafor grabs the miss. Okafor's got 6 rebounds in the game. The pass to Covington. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
And he's got his first free throw of the game.
And from the line thus far, how about 83% on the season? Outstanding.
You know, one thing about getting going at the free throw line like he has this season, it can continue to carry over. You know, it's been a bad day for them at the line today as a whole, and far too often, that's the case for this team.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Ellington comes in for Richardson, and it's Tyler Johnson in for Goran Dragic. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Embiid, he's checked in for Okafor. And both free throws good for Covington. The Heat leading by 9. Ellington with it. Now defended by Embiid. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
For Miami, they have missed out on some chances at the line today. 0-6 of 11. That one is off. He hits the second from the line. Here is Bayless. He's got 6. Embiid the screen. Yep, it goes in, and the Miami lead is cut down now to just 8 on the basket from Stauskas.
The second he got around the pick and shook his man, it was straight to the bucket for the easy deuce. Very, very well done. Nick Stauskas had some great moments on the court last season, guys, but perhaps his most memorable contribution was his nickname of Sauce Castillo. Came out of nowhere, but it stuck with him, and he's going with it. I'd love to hear the story behind that.
And guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Heat?
Anytime you get as many points in the paint as they have, you know you've got a good thing going, and you just want to keep it going.
And I also love the way they move the basketball. Their passing has been outstanding here in the second half.
Well, with Nerlens Noel coming out, we knew he'd be a plus shot blocker. He set the Kentucky's single-game record with 12 in a game shot blocks. He also knew he had the chance to be a great rebounder, but we definitely knew he needed help with his shot, and that will continue on into next year.
Yeah, you know, he spent the year rehabbing that knee, but also spent that year correcting his shooting form. And we're not talking about just a tweak when it comes to shooting the basketball.
And Bayless kicks to Embiid. Passes it to Noel. Here is Bayless. He's guarded by Johnson. And he caught that pass in full stride on his way to the big slam.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
And, you know, going back to Nerlens Noel's shooting, the improvements to his form look really good. Even better is that he hit 60% from the line as a rookie. That may not sound like a great start, but at this stage of his development, that's great progress.
Just 3 to shoot. Johnson, that's for 2. Miami no good on that time either.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Here is Bayless, who's guarded by Johnson. Bayless the pass to Noel. Embiid the screen. Covington in the corner. Takes a 3, and that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless. Bayless has got 6 assists now in the game.
You know, one caution I have about Noel's improved shooting, you don't want him to fall in love with jumpers. He did shoot only 46% from the field last year. Conversely, DeAndre Jordan shot 71% because he dunked everything and kept his head under the rim. It's a fine line between improving your game and playing within your limitations.
And here are some big men who, when they get it in tight, are as close to a sure thing as we've got. Here are the top field goal percentage leaders among NBA centers and power forwards. The 4th spot held by Hassan Whiteside.
And it's one thing to be able to create high-quality shots for yourself, but you still have to finish. And there's no doubt all those guys can do both.
Yes, sir. I mean, these guys make the most of every one of their easy opportunities. Missing layups is simply not part of their routine. He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the league.
Here's Stauskas. Ellington defending. Embiid dishes to Stauskas. He feeds it to Noel. And he makes good on the layup. Noel's got 13.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. They keep getting in the paint and keep scoring points. Keep it going.
Not a lot you can do as a defense when they keep getting the ball in the paint like this. A bit of a slow start to the career of Nick Stauskas. Was a highly touted rookie a year ago, but had a hard time finding minutes early on last year. That will change as he becomes more experienced.
And the Heat call time here. And last season, Clark, Stauskas' minutes grew with his play. At the end of the season, he was a big rotation guy.
Yeah, and it wasn't just his scoring or ability to shoot that he displayed. I mean, we know he can shoot the ball, but he showed he's a very smart player in the half court and pretty good passer, too.
Doris Burke has some information for us. Doris?
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. He made sure that everyone was on the same page and that the offense needed to run through Stoudemire. Coach is calling on him to play a big role in the offense for the rest of this game, to really be one of the key guys for them down the stretch. Perhaps the rest of the second half will look different after those adjustments, Kevin.
Great. Thanks for the report, Doris.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
And Bayless kicks to Landry. Johnson over to help. Landry passes to Bayless. And the wing jumper offline.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
The mechanics totally out of whack right now. He's lost his feel for the shot.
Yeah, he really has. I mean, just totally out of sync. I mean, you can just see it in the numbers. Nothing going down for him right now. 4 of their last 5 makes came off of a high-quality shot inside.
Textbook, really, when you look at how they're playing. They are having their way down low.
Stoudemire, the screen. Dishes to Ellington. Down low. And Stoudemire with the basket on the assist by Ellington. 16 points for Amari Stoudemire. The 76ers trail by 3. He's guarded by Johnson. Out left to the wing. Here's Landry. Johnson over to help. Here's Embiid. That's short off the rim. Miami's gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. Nobody near Williams. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound.
He's got to be disappointed with himself on that one. He has got to knock those down.
Bayless dishes to Grant. For the tie. No good. And Miami the other way now. And Carl Landry picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. A different look for Miami. Richardson, he's checked in for Ellington. And it's Dragic in for Tyler Johnson. Philadelphia also making some changes. Okafor's checked in. And it's Henderson for Jared Bayless. Outside Dragic. Stoudemire inside, covered by Okafor. The 76ers trailed by 3 to the inside. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
There's the double team with Grant. High post, Stoudemire working on Okafor. Stoudemire, the screen. Williams gets to Dragic. Miami no good on that time either. Philadelphia has gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Now the feed to Henderson. Out to the right wing. It's stolen by Dragic. Richardson the pass to Dragic. Here's Stoudemire, and Okafor with the block. And he recovers it. Now here's Henderson. He's got 12. Boom, he jams it straight down. And Clark, as we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ballgame.
Yeah, exactly right, Kevin. I mean, these teams just simply keep trading baskets and as a result, trading the lead.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Dragic dishes to McRoberts. Stoudemire, the screen. Back to Dragic. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Dragic has got 6.
And that's why it's so important to really be a good screening team. You get a lot of open looks from it.
It's Henderson on the wing. Andrew with the screen. In the corner, Henderson with it. Okafor kicks to Henderson. It's hauled in by the Heat. Richardson's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Lots of room. That's it, coming off an assist from Dragic. Richardson's got his 3rd bucket of the night. The 76ers trail by 3. To the paint, got a piece of it. Okafor, the pass to Henderson. Really left alone. Henderson's got 4 points this quarter.
And immediately looking for the open man when the double team comes to him.
Here's the screen. Dragic dishes to McRoberts. Richardson against Henderson. 6 on the shot clock. Off the pick. The shot is off. Some solid defense from Grant. Philadelphia has gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. 1 second separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Okafor. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. Okafor's got 5.
and really keeping the ball hopping around here offensively.
The last 5 trips they've had have ended with a great pass leading to a basket. They're really sharing the sugar.
What a game. This league just keeps going back and forth.
Extremely competitive, partner, no question about it. Good stuff here.
We're at the end of the third, and we've still got a close one. Heat lead by 1. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter right here on 2K Sports. All right, the fourth quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. And so here is Philadelphia. It's a one-point game. The big men are Bosch and Whiteside. Dragic is out there with Richardson. And it's Winslow in at the 3. That's the group in the game for the Heat. And Bayless kicks to Noel. He dishes it to Bayless. To the left side wing. 5 on the clock. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Dragic. Now here's Richardson. T right on him. Winslow the pass to Whiteside. Can't get it to go. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Here's Stauskas. And it's Dragic with the rebound.
Well defended, though, and he's not someone who handles that kind of pressure very well.
Okafor with the steal. Here's Covington. Richardson cover. Okafor dishes to Bayless. Covington kicks to Okafor. Now Bayless. Poke loose. Down to 5 on the shot clock. There's Winslow. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line. And the first one drops. And he makes both free throws. The 76ers trail by 3. Bayless the pass to Okafor. Dragic comes with the double team. Bayless dishes to Covington. And it's Okafor off the drive, and he gets it to go.
Yeah, outstanding job there of taking the harm and still able to finish.
Yeah, he imposed his will on the defense that time. He was not going to be denied right there. Check out the stats for Okafor. 11 rebounds, and he has sent a bunch of shots in reverse.
And because of that, there's now a major intimidation factor working in their favor.
Right side a screen. Richardson kicks to Winslow. Good on the triple. And the Heat lead by 3.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Bayless the pass to Okafor. He kicks it to Stauskas. Misses off the left iron.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
Pass to Richardson. Back to Dragic. From 10 feet out. And Philadelphia grabs the miss. Noel's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
Even though he isn't having the best of games from the floor, it hasn't seemed to hurt him.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
Richardson, good.
No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
And Bayless kicks to Noel. And just about 3 minutes through the fourth quarter here. Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Another miss by Philadelphia.
Well, he's building a house with those bricks. I mean, one reason is he keeps trying to force it up when he's defended well. Move the ball, share the sugar.
The 76ers trail by 5. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Really aggressive play there, taking it to the rack against the big fella.
You know, Greg, aggressiveness is really the only option when you're on the wrong side of the size equation.
So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and 2 shots coming up.
Take a look at what Hassan Whiteside's done. He has 15 points and 2 rejections. He's piling up the rejections to go along with the tremendous work he's done on the glass.
It's been about the paint and the way he's been able to control it all game long.
No good on the free throw. Gerald Henderson, he's checked in for Robert Covington. And he can't hit the second. Timeout call for Philadelphia. And Philadelphia calls time here.
That was a good time to call the timeout to try to settle everybody down and get back into their offensive rhythm. They've been coughing up the rock an awful lot.
Burke has some information for us, Doris.
Over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Brett Brown said to his team. He tried to really fire them up to bring it home, saying, all night, you have all night to rest after the final buzzer. For now, we have to lay it on the line and try to bring it home. Guys, back to you.
Thanks, Doris. Kicks it to Stauskas. Puts up a 3. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist. Bayless has got his 7th assist here tonight.
Defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Outside Dragic. Got a piece of it. Here's Henderson, and he jams it with authority.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
It's Dragic with the drive. And no good. The dry spell continuing for him.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And Bayless kicks to Okafor. Feeds it to Bayless. Pass to Noel. 4 on the shot clock. And here's Stauskas from the arc. Bosch grabs the miss. Bosch has got his 4th rebound in this one. Down low. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
And really no choice but to lunge for that pass to make sure it didn't get through.
Yeah, and that was important. Probably would have been a quick 2 points if he doesn't get a hand on it and knock it out of bounds.
Out of bounds. Philadelphia takes possession.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Philadelphia's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Here is Bayless. He's guarded by Dragic. Stauskas dishes to Bayless. Over to the left wing. Okafor. Ball's not loose. Now here's Richardson. Guarded closely. Winslow's shot is off.
Well, he gets it in close, but you have to credit that stifling defense for forcing the miss.
Exactly, Greg. I mean, defense like that really increases the degree of difficulty on that shot by a large amount. A wide open three. They need much better communication defensively.
Outside Dragic. Outside Bosch. The dish to Richardson. Right side inside. Working on Okafor. Now let's take a moment to get your guys' take on the scoring so far for the 76ers.
Well, I got to say, one thing that stuck out all game is the consistent penetration they've got.
Yeah, but I also like the balance because they're doing a great job of getting inside and converting around the rim. I really like their aggressiveness.
Embiid, he's checked in for Noel. And he sinks the second.
They really could have used a perfect trip to the line there. Instead, they're still down 2 possessions.
And it's Okafor off the drive, and foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. They get Hassan Whiteside.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the officials.
And he knocks down the first one. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2.
And even though he couldn't get all of them to fall, he did make it a 2-possession game.
Here's Richardson. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. Here is Bayless. There's the pass to Okafor. Now Bayless. Picked by Okafor. Bayless the pass to Okafor. Some solid defense from Bosch.
Well, he won't miss many of those, especially with the defender not in the best of positions there.
And Gerald Henderson is going to pick up that foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And now only 1 away from being in the penalty.
Yep, the next one puts them on the line, so they've got to be careful the rest of the way.
Right side a screen. Richardson kicks to Whiteside. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Here's Philadelphia. They're on an 11-3 run right now. Henderson dishes to Bayless. Embiid the screen. Passes it to Stauskas. 5 to shoot. And now Winslow pushing it up. No one back to stop him. That's in coming off an assist from Dragic. And it's now only a 1-76ers lead for Philadelphia. They've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the 4th quarter. Bayless the pass to Henderson. He's looking for Embiid and finds him. And Bayless kicks to Okafor. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
And that one falls for Okafor.
He's done a much better job of getting to the line here. Aggressively taking it inside and not shying away from contact. I thought he was settling a bit in the first.
And the Heat making a change here. Stoudemire's checked in. So he gets them both. The Heat trail by 3. Outside Dragic. Looking to get it going. And Okafor with the block. And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession. Clock at 6. There's Winslow. That's in for his 5th field goal of the game. Makes him 5 for 12 so far.
Wow, has he flipped a switch at halftime. Much more effective here in the second half.
And Bayless kicks to Stauskas. To the middle. It's stolen by Dragic. Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Richardson's running. Got a piece of it. Here is Bayless. Stauskas dishes to Embiid. And fouled hard that time. He'll get to the line and shoot 2.
And looking at Joel Embiid, he has all the tools to be the game's next great center. He's raw, no doubt about that. And he'll have to overcome the injuries, but his combination of size, speed, agility, practically unparalleled.
Regarding Joel Embiid, what makes him even that much more unique as a young 7-footer, excellent shot mechanics, and a feathery touch. In college at Kansas, he shot Greg 63% from the floor. Many of those were face-up jumpers.
And as the season wore on, he became money at the free throw line as well. Those are the kinds of unique attributes that make him an extra scary prospect.
Good on the second free throw. And guys, the Sixers drafted Embiid 3rd overall despite a foot injury that would keep him out all of his rookie season. Came to the Sixers with a back issue out of Kansas. Of course, they knew all this going in.
Yeah. And Kevin, the Sixers have made an art here lately of drafting players who aren't immediately eligible to play. 2 years ago, it was Nerlens Noel who sat out the season with a knee injury. Last year, it was Dario Saric who played overseas, and now Embiid.
To the middle. That's good, and so Bayless with the assist. And the 76ers lead by 4.
You know, it's really going to be all about hard work from this point on. And they worked hard to create that high-quality shot right there.
No question. That's their goal down the stretch here. I think finding those close-range rhythm shots.
Stoudemire, and that is good.
You know, regarding Joel Embiid, the foot was not his only injury when he entered the draft. In his one season at Kansas, he battled both back and knee injuries. Obviously, though he's very young, his durability is of some concern.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And talking about Joel Embiid, there are some who feel the Sixers targeted guys in the draft last year who couldn't help them win games. One wonders at what point does it become anti-competitive.
Noel's checked in for the 76ers. Philadelphia's gone 2 of 3 in the 4th quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Bayless the pass to Henderson. And Jared Bayless the bucket on the assist by Henderson. Henderson's got his 8th assist in the game. The Heat trail by 4. Outside Dragic. Here's Bosch. And it's Philadelphia with the rebound. Okafor's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. And Bayless kicks to Okafor. Here's a screen by Noel. And it's Okafor missing. Okafor with the steal. 3-pointer. Here's Henderson. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Really an extraordinary game for Henderson. He has 18 points and 8 dimes. He's having a great passing game and is knocking down those foul shots as well.
Not to mention just the overall fundamentals that he's put on display here today.
Gets the first, and that puts them up by 5. Second free throw, no good that time. He really wanted that one. They push it up 4 on 3. Bosch dishes to Winslow. Richardson the pass to Stoudemire. Here's Dragic, and Okafor with the block.
He's having a tough quarter, scoring the basketball and able to help them close this gap.
Here is Bayless. He's guarded by Dragic. Here's Okafor. Miami grabs the miss.
Tough D on the inside.
It sure was, Greg. No easy access to the basket when that fella's in the middle.
Fast break, Philadelphia. Here's Bayless. That's good again. His 7th basket. 7 for 10 from the floor. Timeout called, the Heat. They trail by 7. We've got 1:08 left in the 4th quarter. Richardson kicks to Winslow. Heat moving the ball around. Dishes to Bosch. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. Money! Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
That finish brings me back to the old days. The silky smooth finger roll.
Bayless the pass to Okafor. And that comes off the assist by Jared Bayless.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Timeout called, the Heat. They trail by 7. 51 seconds left in the 4th. .51 seconds left to play in the final quarter. And Stoudemire slams it in.
Well, he's an undersized center, but he more than makes up for it with some serious leaping ability.
Now Bayless. He feeds it to Noel. He dishes it to Henderson. Stolen by Winslow.
Well, it's urgent time right now. This is when they got to come up big.
Yeah, you got to get points here. I mean, there's no way you can get around it. You've got to be able to get baskets here in a short period of time.
So the first one drops, and that shrinks the margin to just 4. And he is unable to get the second one. And now they decide to foul intentionally. Good on the first, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
And he just garnered a little bit more insurance there. Very confident as he's able to go up and knock those down.
And the Heat call time here. They're trailing by 6. 29 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Outside Dragic. Here's Bosch. Good. And now they trail by just 4.
Really good awareness right there on the assist.
And they foul intentionally. That's what they have to do at this point.
Yeah, you have to do that, though. You can't just let them dribble the game out.
Exactly. I mean, got to stop the clock any way possible and hope they alligator arm a few of those free throws.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. Whiteside's checked in for Miami. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. There's 21 seconds left in the fourth. Now the feed to Bosch. Puts it up. Offensive rebound Heat. Pass to Winslow. Shoots a 3. Okafor grabs the miss. And they go to the intentional foul.
That's his second personal penalty situation. At the line for the Heat, Joey Okafor taking 2 shots.
First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. Second one is good, hitting both at the line, and it's an 8-point game. Johnson. No good there. So Philadelphia wins it. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And a chance now to send you over to Doris Burke, standing by on the sideline. Doris?
Well, Gerald, you guys certainly played with a level of determination out there to win. What was the team's focus coming into this ball game?
We were just scrappy. You know, that's the team we have to be, playing scrappy defense and getting out and running and, you know, using our guards and making plays for each other.
Congratulations, Gerald. We appreciate the time. Guys?
Doris, thank you as always. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thank you for watching. Now we'll go to the studio with the award-winning Ernie Johnson.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, much appreciated. And now let's move on to our Jordan Player of the Game. He had an outstanding fourth quarter where he really shined, pouring it on heavy down the stretch.
Boom, 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 boom. That's right, Ernie. Instruments. This guy was instrumental in the night in making sure they avoided a second straight loss. They needed somebody to step up tonight, and he was their guy.
Tonight, he showed us great instincts on the defensive end. They relied on him to protect the rim, and he piled up with block after block after block.
And that'll do it for tonight. For Kenny Smith, Shaquille O'Neal, Kevin Harlan, and our illustrious 2K Sports crew, this is Ernie Johnson. Have a good night, everybody.